What's up, everybody? Yo. What a wild weekend, huh? Jesus, man. I wish we could have seen what Trump had in store for us, because apparently he was going to give once in a lifetime speech, but now we'll never know. We'll never know what he was going to say. Yeah, that was wild, man. The left is still crazy, in case we forgot. The left is still crazy and pretty violent. Looks like the violent level is rising. And I think this guy was autistic, was he not? Anyway, we'll get into it. There's a lot to cover there. We got also Laura Loomer, Candace Owens. We're going to get into that finally. And YouTube is demonetizing channels like crazy, dude. I'm seeing on X, like, my whole feed is just people talking about their channel being demonetized for inauthentic content. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, other than YouTube's AI sucks ass. It's terrible. I've been a victim of it multiple times. Fortunately, they eventually fix it when finally a human gets there. I was watching a video, I think I added it, where someone said like less than 50% of YouTube's workers are no longer there. So like it's all AI essentially, and it takes forever for a human to actually look over it. And so far, I have not been demonetized, thank God. I think why I haven't been demonetized is you're looking at it right here. This is me. I'm a real human. I'm authentic. I'm a real boy, YouTube. I'm authentic. I guarantee you, if I had still just kept doing supercuts, I would have been demonetized already. It would have been considered inauthentic content. Whatever. They would have found an excuse to demonetize me. Not saying they still won't. They still won't demonetize me because I still feel I'm still waiting for the email. I'm like, when are they going to hit me? When are they going to hit me? But so far clean. Somebody I do worry about is Too Lazy to Try, though. You might want to start putting your face on camera, Too Lazy to Try. Let's see that beautiful face, baby. This sucks. I keep forgetting to order a new mic arm, and I got to like figure out how to work this.
At L_Yefa-67 super chatted $10. They can take our monetization, but they can never take our super chats.
Well, they can take the super when they demonetize you. Well, I mean, I'll move the super chats off platform, right? So it'll be like supertip.gg or some shit like that. But yeah, hopefully they don't demonetize me. But I really think doing a live stream, putting my face on everything might be the thing that saves me, because I mean, Facebook did it to me. I was killing it on Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, this is what was repurposed content or whatever." Like they considered it not worthy of me making a paycheck, and just killed my entire. I mean, I was blowing up fast on Facebook. It was like millions upon millions of views. I'd get 1 million views a day, and I went from like 100 followers to like over 100,000 in no time, and then boop, shut it down. And YouTube would probably do the same thing to me eventually, because they don't care about art. YouTube does not care about art. They are not artistes like myself. But let's get to the Trump news. We'll start from the beginning. We'll cover everything we know about this guy who tried to shooty Trumpy. Which is not surprising. Not surprising. Apparently this guy's a hardcore leftist. He's on Blue Sky every day. Probably a little autistic as well. And once again, taking advantage of our wonderful autistic community to make them do terrible things. It's horrible. It's horrible. Shout out to the autist. Love you, John. John, don't ever do anything like this, please, John. Okay, I know you don't like Trump either, so I don't know why. The first time I heard he was autistic, I think I heard him talk, and I was like, this guy seems autistic. I was like thinking of John. I was like, oh, I hope John doesn't do anything like this one day. John, you're a good boy. John, never do anything like this, okay? Let's get to it. Here's the footage from the event, which again, I would have loved to have heard. I actually would have loved to heard what Trump has to say about, because apparently he was going to go like hardcore after people with like no holds barred, and no, we didn't get to see that. Let me see here, full screen. Here we go. All right, let's get to probably a lot of you have seen this because this happened Saturday, but we're just going to cover it. We're going to cover it all. Remember this guy? This guy just happened to be there. Remember him? What's his name? Oz Perlman? That's the guy that stole Joe Rogan's PIN number. There's a lot of conspiracies about this guy, and he just happens to be there doing one of his little mind reading fucking experiments on Trump at the moment this happens. Odd. There's been a lot of questions about this guy because apparently he's connected to Israel. And some people believe he's using Israel's, the intelligence Israel is able to gather through their spy networks to, steal people's PIN cards like Joe Rogan. I don't think he guessed what Joe Rogan's PIN was by staring at Joe Rogan's face. No, there's some shenanigans going on. And he just happened to be right there. That's kind of odd. Kind of odd. Let's start this again so you can hear it. You'll hear, like, I think 5 or 6 gunshots go off. Yeah, you can't really hear it from here. I thought you could hear it on this one. So you can see they're rushing. I'll be honest, Trump was a little slow to get off stage, dude. Like, come on, man. Be quicker. I know you're old, but... And then he fell. Trying to get out. It looked like he fell. So yeah, the whole crowd gets down. Apparently, Trump was ushered off stage, but he stood right here. There's a photo of him standing right here, staring at the crowd from the side of the stage. So, like, he refused to leave. Kind of dumb, man. Kind of dumb. But yeah, this interrupted the whole White House Correspondents' Dinner, which I was just so excited about. I couldn't wait for it. I couldn't wait. That band was... I know the music was pretty good. Fucked it all up. Melania... Did Melania fall? Oh, that makes it even worse. Poor Melania. Poor thing. She's been through so much, man. So much. So yeah, that's one angle of it. Here's another angle. This one you could hear. You could hear the shots. Let's count them. Let's count them. Sound like 6. Sounded like 6, and it all sounded like from the same... Or 4, I don't know. It's hard to count. Let me see. 4, maybe? 4? I don't know. It might have picked up like after a couple were fired already. So you can see here. Here's Trump. Here's Melania. Here's the grifter who pretends to read minds. I think this is the lady that runs the event. And then JD Vance is over here. And JD Vance was like the first one they got off stage. Look how quickly they get Vance. See, Vance is already gone. Trump's still sitting there. Weird. It's almost like they want to protect Vance more than Trump. Some people say, well, Vance was closer. What do you mean? They're both on... They got people on this side and this side. Weird, right? How they're so quick to rush Vance off and the Trump's still sitting there. Isn't that a little weird? See, Trump's still sitting there. At least they're blocking him, you know? So somebody fell right there. So was it confirmed Melania fell? What's up, Central Washington, with another gifted 5? Thank you, brother. Thank you. 5 new big members, man. You rock, brother. Thank you so much. Welcome all the new members. Say thank you to Central Washington for the generous gift. Thank you, brother. Okay, I always get nervous about scenes like this because, you know, YouTube has removed my live streams twice now because of watching clips like this that are not live, but YouTube's AI sucks dick and thinks it's live and then removes my live stream. Protesters on the red carpet at the Correspondents' Dinner. Why is security lax? So here's another one of these where, for some reason, security seems to be lax. From a lot of the reports from the people that were at the event were like, security was weak as fuck. So that's weird again.
There was a breach of security to some degree because I did see
Think
some
again, Central.
protesters.
And did that strike you as odd that they were in the hotel?
So not only were they in the hotel, but they were on the red carpet. There's an upstairs red carpet where guests can go and get their picture taken. And there were two protesters there that had signs saying, "Arrest Pete Hegseth," and they were yelling for an extended period of time. I was surprised that they weren't.
Well, I do look at chat. I just can't stare at it all the whole time, guys. What did I miss in the chat, Ethan?
Removed more quickly. And I was also surprised that they got in with those signs. There was a...
I look at the chat. I can't react to every comment, though, guys. That annoys the people that, like in the chat, people love it when I react to every chat message. But the people who aren't in the chat watching this show, they get annoyed by it. So it's a balancing act, guys. You got to balance it here. But yeah, there's a lot of reports that security was pretty weak. And like you could get really close before you even got to a metal detector. And then this one got everybody fucking like, oh. Of course, the conspiracy theories are now flying off the shelf because Caroline Leavitt said this beforehand.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired.
Poor choice of words, I would say. But of course, this is now becoming a conspiracy theory.
Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should.
That's a weird laugh, isn't it? That's like one of the most fakest laughs.
Be entertaining.
Hold on. We got to wait for X to get its shit together.
Tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone.
If you made a joke to me and I laughed like that at your joke, you'd probably look at me and go, "Are you making fun of me? What are you doing?" That's like a Norm Macdonald, like sarcastic laugh, you know? So dumb. But yeah, that's weird, right? There's going to be shots fired. I mean, I don't know if she meant it literally. Obviously, I don't think she did. I mean, who knows? But dude, of course people are going to run with this and be like, look, this is a little foreshadowing they're doing here.
Everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
So yeah, you can imagine the conspiracy theories are going crazy with that one. Because, yes, there were shots fired, but hopefully not the kind she was referring to. Otherwise, what do you know, Caroline? Maybe the CIA needs to bring you in, or the FBI, whoever, and interview your ass, Caroline. Huh? You trying to get the president whacked? Are you in on this shit? Now, obviously, it's just a poor choice of words, in my opinion. Here's the angle of Vance getting yanked off right away, which is wild. It's like, dude, I get it. Like, I mean, it's dangerous to have the VP and the president that close to each other. If both of them get taken out, then well, who's the next person? I mean, what is the next in line? The fucking who is the next in line there? I wonder. I got to look that up. Who would be the next in line if both of them got took out? Because that would be wild. But they got Vance out there quick, bro. Look at that. They didn't even give him a chance. They just yanked his ass off. With Trump, I guess maybe they feel more comfortable yanking Vance and being like, just fucking come, bitch. As opposed to Trump, they're like, oh, we got to be gentle because he's old and he's, you know, he don't listen. He's very hard-headed. Yeah. I mean, that's really quick. Trump's still sitting there. And they're just like, have they shot Trump yet? No. Okay, leave him up there a little longer. Shit, no one shot Trump yet? Fuck. All right, I guess it's not going to happen. Let's take him off stage. It's a little weird, isn't it? The House Speaker? Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I remember. I was trying to remember. Because I remember at a point somebody was like, I think last time Trump was president, they were like, if they took out both, it would be Nancy Pelosi would be the president. It was like, holy shit. So yeah, I think you're right. It's the House Speaker. Oh, what happened here? I wasn't looking. See, now that's definitely Trump falling, bro. That's Trump falling. He's too old. You can't push him that fast. You can't push him that fast. You just shoved the president down. You should be fired for that. Yeah, okay, I was mentioning that earlier. It's very odd that Oz Perlman's there. I don't trust that guy at all, bro. I think he's, again, there's conspiracies because he's really tied in with Israel, that he's getting this info, like when he stole Joe Rogan's PIN number. It's like, that's definitely something Israeli intelligence can find out. And maybe there's something more there, like it's a warning from Israel. I don't know, dude. I don't know, but it's a little weird that he happened to be there next to Trump doing a reading when this all went down. So yeah, a lot of angles, a lot of people were filming. Poor Erica Kirk was there. This poor woman, bro. I know a lot of people hate the fuck out of Erica Kirk. I don't hate her. I get that she's cringe. I get that she's like what Alex Jones says, she's like you know, like a child actress or whatever. They're all performative. They don't know, like it becomes second nature to be performative every day in everything you do, but you gotta kind of feel bad for her. Now she's dealing with this. I just want to go find so everybody's making fun of her for this, but I mean, I can imagine it might be a little traumatic when your husband was just assassinated and now you're at another event where another attempted assassination goes down. I do feel for her, but I know a lot of people hate her. I just want to go find yeah, so yeah, she just wants to go home. Can you blame her, bro? I mean, it is wild. It is weird that she's there and she's crying again. Here's some footage. Look, I know there's some cleaned up AI version of this. I don't trust that because there's a lot of artifacts. Like when he's running in, it shows like he's holding a sign and then the sign disappears. I don't trust the AI fucking upscale of this shit. So we're gonna watch the grainy ass fucking footage. But here's this lunatic running in, trying to run past security to get in. So I think what his plan was to basically try to sprint past security, the Secret Service, and all that, and get close enough to get some shots off. And seems like he got pretty close. There he comes running in, and it looks like he's holding something, but it's too grainy, you can't tell. Why can't we upgrade security cameras to be like every other fucking camera? Why does every security camera have to be like it's dog shit? I'm guessing it's because there's so much footage you have to downscale for space, but can't we figure out a fix to this problem so we can actually have not even like high quality, but just decent fucking quality security footage for once? It sure would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, he runs in. Now pay attention to this guy, because there's people saying, because there was supposedly one Secret Service agent who was shot in the chest, but he had a bulletproof vest, so he's fine. And some people are saying it was friendly fire that hit him, not the actual suspect. And if you watch this guy right here, he goes down all of a sudden. There's people speculating that essentially one of these Secret Service agents trying to shoot the guy running in missed and hit another Secret Service agent. That's a theory that's being speculated on, but watch. This guy goes down like he got hit. You see how he hunches over like that and just falls over? There's claims that, yeah, it was friendly fire that actually caused the one Secret Service agent who got shot to get shot, which wouldn't be out of the norm. I mean, these type of chaotic situations, shit happens, man. But yeah, he made it past. Apparently, they didn't fill him up with bullets. I don't know if the guy, there's rumors that he was shot. He wasn't shot. At first, they said he was dead. Everything I've seen, it doesn't look like he was hit at all. But I don't know. Maybe there's an update on that and he was hit. I don't know. But yeah, apparently somebody tackled him before he could get to the ballroom. Yeah, one more time. He comes running in. See this? Okay, yeah, look at this. So I'm pretty sure he's carrying, supposedly he had a shotgun. I think he is, it looks like he's carrying a weapon right here, and he's running through, possibly with the shotgun. This guy right here, this cop reacts, sees the gun, sees him sprinting through. Quick thinker, he's like, Clearly, this guy's trying to assassinate somebody. I mean, this guy's got the brain of a fucking... I mean, that's high-level response time. Unfortunately, I think he misses and hits this guy. Because that guy falls over like he got hit. So that's an interesting angle. I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe we'll find out in the future what exactly went down there. Yeah, and then they rushed this guy off this way. Here we got another one of Dana White. Dana White was there, and it was like the happiest moment of his life. It was like he just witnessed his favorite sports team win a championship or something. It's kind of weird.
Inside, they started up. All of a sudden, it just started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and
it was fucking awesome. I mean, it's a little weird, the happiness. He enjoyed this too much.
And it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
So you were on the aisle? What exactly?
We were sitting right in front of the table.
Okay.
Right in front of where the president was.
Yes, and what exactly happened? So someone got tackled or like what?
Nobody got tackled, but guys came in looking for shooters. And they came toward our table. I thought the shooter was over by us or something.
Yeah, I think we got footage of Dana White too. He was not lying. Here's Dana White while it was going down. Look at him. Pete Hegseth, just looking at him fucking raises my blood pressure, man. I fucking hate Pete Hegseth, dude.
What are we doing?
Dana White enjoyed this too much, bro. I guess he's getting bored of watching people punch each other in the face, so he needs more action than just fights, brawls. The White House is openly panicking. A reporter asked how the administration plans to censor viral clips, suggesting the assassination attempt was completely staged. Caroline Leavitt desperately tries to deflect to the FBI. They are terrified of losing control of the narrative. So yeah, there's talks of like censoring people, trying to say this was a false flag, it's a fake assassination attempt in order to get support back. It worked so well. The last one, it basically got him elected. A lot of people feel, but yeah, I don't think this was faked. I don't.
Is disinformation and misinformation online. There will be bite-sized clips that will go viral to the point where there are Americans in this country that believe that what happened Saturday night was staged.
How fucking dare they, bro? How dare they have an opinion I don't like?
How does this White House tackle that with social media companies out there, whether it's X, Facebook, Instagram? How do they work with these companies to make sure that doesn't get out of control?
It's certainly a good question, Aisha. I don't have tangible answers for you on what we're doing with social media companies, if anything at all.
You better not be emailing them to take down fucking people's pages because they used their First Amendment in a way you didn't like. You're not doing that, are you? You're not pulling a Biden, are you? I don't trust them, bro. I don't trust the government. I don't. Even if it's Trump, I don't trust them not to fucking abuse their power and start sending little emails. Oh, this is misinformation and blah, blah, blah. We just wanted to bring this into your, bring the attention to this post here by this person. And the next thing you know, they're gone. I don't know, man. I don't think we've actually, one of the many failures of the Trump administration is a failure to fix the fucking censorship issue in this country.
What I will say is it's very important to us that we get the truth and the facts about this case and any case out there as quickly as possible to dispel some of that crazy nonsense that you do see running rampant online. And I think the Department of Justice and the FBI thus far have done a good job of disseminating the truth and the facts about this alleged attempted assassin, the perpetrator in this case, and I understand he'll be arraigned in court very soon. You all see that, and the Department of Justice will be giving a briefing and an update later today. So as far as we're concerned, just providing maximum transparency and hopefully people will believe the truth rather than the lies and the conspiracies that so often do go crazy on social.
You know what would help make people believe you, Caroline, would be to stop lying so fucking much. Try that, Try telling the truth over and over again consistently, and then people will be like, oh, you know what? They got a good track record. They didn't lie about the Epstein files and call it a hoax. They didn't lie about how we devastated Iran and how we won the war 100 times over, even though, yeah, maybe try that. Maybe try telling the truth, and people will stop being so fucking skeptical of everything because they're constantly lied to. That's a solution. Maybe try that. But no, let's just censor people. Let's do that instead. The BBC analyzed the Blue Sky post from the liberal anti-Trump activist accused of trying to assassinate the President of the United States at the Correspondents' Dinner. Leftists have been falsely claiming the shooting was fake to help the midterm elections.
We've gone through social media accounts linked to the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting suspect, and this is what
we got a manifesto this time too. I got that. We'll get to the manifesto in a second.
Found. Cole Thomas Allen's LinkedIn profile says he attended Caltech University, and we found this picture of him there, now removed from its website. He was working part-time for a company called C2 Education. They named him Teacher of the Month in this deleted Facebook post from 2024. LA County Records.
Are we surprised he was a teacher? Who's more fucking deranged than teachers these days? Probably the most deranged motherfuckers out there these days are teachers.
Reports show that Allen was registered as having no party preference, but receipts held by the Federal Election Commission show Allen did donate $25 to Kamala Harris's campaign. A document reportedly written by Allen before the attack was signed with a nickname.
Man, I hate gingers like this. Gingers like this give badass redheads like me a bad name. If it was up to me, gingers like this wouldn't exist. I should have said that. Obviously, they have a right to exist, but they just frustrate me because they give me a bad name, okay? To be associated with guys that look like this. Like, who the fuck is this? What are those glasses? What is that hair, bro? For fuck's sake.
The BBC has not been able to verify that document. Multiple social media accounts linked to that nickname have been deleted, but we've used internet archiving tools to recover them. One of the most active was this account on Blue Sky. In January, it posted that the US would crash and burn until people step up for themselves. In early April, it slammed plans by some journalists to wear white pocket squares at the White House Correspondents' Dinner to promote press freedom, calling them pathetic. And the next day, said, we can and must oppose Trump. Many of the most recent comments by this account were directed at the president himself.
Trump, this is a guy. Apparently, Trump is literally one of those villains that if you beat his ass hard enough, he'll join your team. Don't really have any other insights to this. It's not really actionable because no way Schumer just canes him into acting his age, but like it would probably literally work on him. What a genius.
Calling Trump a villain, likely a sociopathic mob boss and a sadist. We've sorted through hundreds of likes, posts and shares on this account. Supportive of Ukraine, opposed to the war in Iran, and most of all, deeply critical of the Trump administration.
So yeah, he's a typical Blue Sky crazy fucking leftist, dude. Fox's Aisha Hasni, Caroline Levitt's husband, leaned over. Oh, this is another one where people are going to get very conspiratorial because this lady was saying some shit and then it seems like Fox News just cut her off. And what she was saying seemed like it might have been kind of, I don't know, just listen.
Just quickly tell you, I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me. And, right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened. And then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV. You do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some.
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. And
that's a crazy fucking time to cut her off. I mean, you couldn't have planned it better if you were trying to. So yeah, there's going to be conspiracies. Okay. Do I think there's a conspiracy there? I don't know. I think it's very likely this dude was a crazy fucking radical leftist who's on Blue Sky with a bunch of people who are constantly daydreaming and hoping for something like this to happen. And he's like, I'll be your hero. I'll be your hero, baby. I'll go do it for you. But isn't that fucking wild? Isn't that wild? It almost sounded like somebody had some sort of pre-knowledge of something about to happen and she's spilling the beans. They're like, oh, we got to cut her off. We got to cut her off. I don't know. But when shit like this happens, people come up with theories. All right. So maybe avoid shit like this happening.
This happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people attempting to utilize the same cell service at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's a cell phone cutter off. That's what it was. Blame the cell companies. I mean, we don't know. Honestly, we don't know what happened. It's a little strange, okay? The shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner has been identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen from Torrance, California. If you could have guessed what state this guy was from, I would have guessed California. And yeah, from California. Look at this little smirk on this guy's face. I don't know. That's a weird. I mean, I don't see a guy making a smirk like that. You kind of want to punch him in the face. Kind of want to punch a guy in the face, man. Here's him on the ground. There were reports that he was shot. He wasn't shot. I don't fucking know, but he sure doesn't look shot here. Okay? He doesn't. I mean, maybe they shot him in a non-lethal spot or something. Maybe that's why they took his clothes off so they could examine the wounds. Because a lot of times if you are shot, they'll take your shirt off to, so they can access the wound. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's him on the ground kissing the fucking carpet. Trump, and then Trump uses this as an excuse to be like, this is why we need a White House ballroom. Which I'll be honest, it does make sense. I mean, the security was way too fucking lax there. So this kind of helps to sell, and it does kind of more further push you towards a conspiracy of like, oh, is this all just so he can convince people to let him build the ballroom and be like, the security is going to be so great, we could do amazing things there, not have to worry about getting shot and blah, 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 blah. I don't know, but yeah, here's Trump. We got some,
I will say,
we got quite a bit of Trump talking about this now.
Hey, it's not a particularly secure.
By the way, before I get too far into the show, because we're already 30 minutes in, time flies like fucking crazy. Links are in the description. If you want to join the Discord, you want to follow my second channel, you want to become a member to support the show, it goes a long way. That's how I'm able to do the show. It's much appreciated. And super chats are open if you want to join the conversation. And if you haven't, please smash the thumbs up and subscribe and turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Much love, everybody.
Secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. I will say.
So yeah. Using this as an opportunity to sell us on the ballroom. I don't really, I mean, a lot of people seem obsessed with the ballroom. I don't care. Like, they want to add a ball. Who the fuck cares, bro? There's a lot of things I care more about than the ballroom. Like taxes and freedom of speech and no new wars. This account's only post was the name of the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter, Cole Allen. So somebody did this little trick again. And I'll explain to you how they do this. And this happens a lot now because a lot of people know how to do this. So essentially, this guy made a post from December 21st, 2023. And the only post is the guy's name, Cole Allen. And it's the only post on this guy's entire account. He must have predicted the future. He must have known something. No, okay. What people are doing, from my understanding, is you basically, you have an account like this, you private it, right? So nobody can see the posts. And then you post about 1 million fucking things, different names, different whatever. You just post a bunch of fucking shit. And then if something in the future happens and you just guess the name or you guess the time or event or whatever it is, then you basically delete every post except for the one that looks like a prediction. And then you public your page and now it looks like you predicted something. Pretty fascinating, huh? So now you know how to do it. Go do it. You just got to make like 1 million fucking posts. Like come up with every name you could ever think of, And then eventually if something happens with somebody with that name, oh, you're fucking Nostradamus, bro. Or you're an accessory after the fact and you got to go to jail. I don't know. And then some people are claiming this thing is actually Trump from Butler when Trump raised his arm remember when he was all bloody, he was all fight. People are claiming that's this thing. If you like you like use that photo and you like put it over this thing, it like matches up perfectly. I don't know. But yeah, more fuel for the conspiracy fire. Oh, this is out of order here. Okay, we'll go ahead and play This Is Out of Order, and then we'll get to the manifesto. But even the liberals are starting to understand that we are getting robbed by our government. When a liberal like Bill Maher fucking finally wakes up to this and goes like, wait a minute, I think we're getting robbed. That's nice to see.
Someone has to explain the American economy to me. I know I've said this before. I still don't get it. Last week was tax day, and as usual, because HBO is so generous, and I'm sure so will be the new owners.
Worst day of the year, bro, tax day.
I paid to the government, if you add in state tax, local sales, property, fees, Obamacare, probably almost 60% of what I earn. That's a lot, and I still wouldn't mind if Bernie Sanders would stop saying the rich don't pay taxes. And while I'm sure the super rich with their army of accountants and corporate loopholes get away with murder, us regular rich people pay a shit ton of taxes.
My understanding what like a lot of rich people do is they don't pay themselves normally. They pay themselves in loans, essentially. So like if it's a loan, if the money you're getting is a loan, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So they just essentially are, everything's a loan. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it.
A pat on the back. Nobody. That's who. The top 10% pay 72% of all federal income taxes, and the bottom half, 3%. The Democratic Socialists talk about socialism like we don't already have a lot. Social Security, unemployment, Medicare, nutritional assistance, Medicaid, Obamacare, disability, housing subsidies. Again, not against it, just the same question. How can you be soaking the rich and failing the poor so badly? How can it be that the...
Because it's not about helping the poor, retard. It's about robbing you, Bill. All right? It's about robbing you, and maybe even more nefarious than that at the end of the day. But yeah. Yeah, you fall for the helping the poor line when it's not. How's it helping the poor when we're taxing them money they fucking need? It's like, okay, I'm poor as fuck. Am I getting benefits and all that shit? I don't try to get them, but I'm pretty sure if I tried to get benefits, I would get jack shit. Okay? But I damn near have to pay taxes for the other poor people who are probably doing better than me, and I got to support their lifestyle. It's robbery, bro. And we got to we need to teach the history of how we got into an income tax. We weren't supposed to have an income tax. And then it was sold as a wealth tax. And it was like, none of the workers are ever going to have to pay taxes. Don't worry. And then what happened a few years later, World War I kicks off. Now we're stuck with this fucking income tax that just gets worse and worse. And we're basically taxed into poverty. That's the reality. People go, taxed into poverty. Bro, when they're taking 3 months of your fucking earnings, that could be the difference between poverty and not poverty for a lot of people. But every time you talk about this, there's so many retards that go hard on defending the tax system. They're like, well, you just don't know this and you don't know that. And blah, blah. It's like, bro, I don't like to use the term bootlicker. I think it's overused, but people who defend income taxes, bootlickers, 100%.
Federal government alone took in over $5 trillion in taxes last year, and we still need that. Are we really this incompetent and corrupt? Don't answer that. But here's the truth. You're not going to get health care to these people by threatening to tax and eat the rich. You raise billionaires' taxes, they just leave the state. Or they leave the country. Or in some cases, the planet. Someone has to explain.
Bro, get rid of income taxes and watch how the economy fucking booms to the fucking moon, bro. I'm telling you, people don't understand how much of a drag on the economy income taxes are. Cole Allen. So let's get to this guy's manifesto. Cole Allen, the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter's purported manifesto. And it reads kind of funny. This guy's like, he's really happy as he's about to go do this assassination attempt. It's almost like he's imagining how much of a hero he's going to be to all the losers on Blue Sky. Hello, everybody! Exclamation. So I may have given a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone whose trust I abused. I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview without specifying it was for Most Wanted. He's hilarious. This guy's actually a comedian. He's a funny guy. I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had a personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I probably most certainly do need to go to the ER, but can hardly call that not a self-inflicted status. Ha! This guy's he's a comedian, bro. He's the first presidential assassin who's also a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I apologize to all of the people I traveled next to, all the workers who handled my luggage, wink, wink, and all the other non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger simply by being near. I apologize to everyone who was abused and or murdered before this. Everyone? Every single person? To all those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to all who may still suffer after, regardless of my success or failure. I don't expect forgiveness, but if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincerest apologies. On to why I did any of this, I am a citizen of the United States of America. What my representatives do reflects on me. I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. You could tell this guy really he has a high opinion of himself, dude. You could tell. Well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago. But this is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. While I'm discussing this, I also go over my expected rules of engagement. Probably in a terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. Administration officials include... This is one of the weird ones. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets, prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. So, I wish you would explain why Mr. Patel's not a target. I mean, look, of course you shouldn't, obviously you shouldn't do any of this, but why Mr. Patel not a target? Because he's an Indian minority? Is that what it is? Because he's not white? That's the only theory I've seen online is just, because he's a minority, he's an Indian. He's not a white guy. But yeah, I mean, that's weird. But yeah, so clearly Mr. Patel was not one of his targets. I think we should investigate Mr. Patel to find out if maybe he was involved in some way. Secret Service, they are targets only if necessary. And to be incapacitated non-lethally if possible. AKA, I hope they're wearing body armor because center mass with shotgun messes up people who aren't. This guy thought he was going to get some shit done. He thought he's just going to run in there and yeah, dude. Okay. Hotel security, not targets if at all possible, aka unless they shoot at me. Hotel security, okay. Capitol Police, same as hotel security. National Guard, same as hotel security. Hotel employees, not targets at all. Guests, not targets at all. In order to minimize casualties, I will also be using buckshot rather than slugs. Less penetration through walls. He's a smart guy. I'm telling you, smart. I would still go through most everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people choose to attend a speech by a pedophile, rapist, and traitor, and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. So yeah, that's his manifesto. Real fucking genius.
Polish Pride 68 super chatted $10. Cash Patel can look two ways at once. Nothing will get by his watch.
Is that what he just knew? There's nothing he could do because there's no way he could sneak up on Cash. Yeah, Cash has got some fucked up eyes, bro. They are fucked up. Yeah, this smells like a Reddit post. Yeah, Redonk. This dude is definitely on Reddit. Like this guy is like probably neurodivergent, whatever, on the spectrum, and fell into this crowd of just severe Trump derangement syndrome. And, you know, who knows, man? Who knows? I think the guy's off in a way. But yeah, but thank you for the 10, Polish Pride. Thank you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Breaking. I found Cole Allen's archived tweets. He predicted Kamala wins all swing states compared Trump's win to Nazis getting elected and moved to blue sky. The scary part is he retweeted every mainstream Democrat on this platform, thread below. What radicalized him were the same talking points repeated every day on the left. Sorry, burpees. I got some burpees. This is him, Cold Force 3000. Leaving for bluer skies as soon as I can get my data archive. I don't think there's much reason to be on here anymore. So yeah, once Trump won, he fled Twitter to blue sky, where clearly he got even more deranged. Those echo chambers are like not good, bro. They're really not. You know, when you're just all you're surrounded with are people that are fucking deranged, screaming about Nazis and fucking white supremacy, and you know, a lot of them in their little private chats with people, you know, they'll talk about doing some violent shit. Like they're down for a violent revolution to violently murder Trump supporters, the Nazis, you know. So I don't think that was good for his mental health. Should have stayed on X. Maybe if you would have stayed on X, you wouldn't be going away for life, retard. The only thing humorous about America not having learned from Germany about what happens when Nazis get elected is that Russia may not have learned from the USSR about what happens when it makes agreements with Nazis. Based on Iowa predicting that Kamala wins all swing states and at least 3 red states, obviously he's not that smart. If he predicted that, he was clearly in a fucking echo chamber of idiots, because Kamala was one of the worst candidates of all time. You don't just take a candidate and insert them into the presidential race after they've you need them to actually run a primary and actually prove they can pull the support and can actually, like, it was such a disaster. And this guy just ate up all the bullshit. Because remember, they were really trying hard to like make her look like she was this popular fucking Obama-like figure that just, you know, everybody was in love with. And that was not the case, dude. That was not the case. She was a terrible fucking candidate. And this guy's face, man, that face. Retweet at Midas Touch, breaking, Taylor Swift endorses VP Kamala Harris. Full statement. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now's a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on topics that matter to you. Yeah, do your research. Yeah, go on to some left-wing fucking website and do your research. Retweet at Kamala Harris. Donald Trump's Project 2025 would eliminate the independence of the Department of Justice. That means Trump would have total control and unchecked legal power, and he has vowed to be a dictator on day one. Let me be clear. That will never happen. That's Kamala Harris. He's retweeting. He's retweeting AOC. AOC, do you condemn this guy, AOC? This is what you're spawning, AOC, with all your Nazi fucking white supremacy talk, all your fear mongering. This is the baby you've birthed with that tactic to take on against the right of calling everybody Nazis and racists and blah, 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 blah. Congratulations. Retweeting JB Pritzker. He's a real piece of shit as well. Retweeting Senator Warren. Not surprised on that one. So yeah, just your typical fucking blue till you die fucking moron, dude. Here's Alex. Alex had to come out and say that he does not believe that this is a staged event, because everybody was asking him, what do you think? Is this staged?
Everybody's asking me whether or not I think the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night in D.C. was staged, and the long and short of it is no. You had too many of the D.C. police, Secret Service, all of them involved. The very small percentage of those guys are corrupt. Something like that right out in the open. A registered Democrat, Trump derangement syndrome, 30-year-old teacher. Everybody keeps saying that, how do you get through security? He didn't. He waited until the event was going. Then he charged the metal detectors, barely got through it, and they shot him twice. He had a shotgun. He shot one of the Secret Service, but the body armor stopped the buckshot. That's just the facts. That doesn't mean we don't have cover-ups of Epstein and cover-ups of a second shooter in Butler, Pennsylvania. Doesn't mean I just believe what Kash Patel and them say. But, you know, there's footage of Kash Patel out in the dark. Cell phones are so good, though, you can hit, up the light. You can see him. He's all on his phone, not knowing what's going on, because they ushered them all out. But the guy did not get into the main ballroom. Trump.
From my understanding, he got really fucking close. Like where he got tackled was like right outside the ballroom. There's a lot of the complaints were like the areas, the staging areas where they would check people in, like was very lax because that's a hotel where they were having it at, and the guy was staying at the hotel, and like anybody, apparently he was able to get guns into the hotel. A lot of the guests that were like, yeah, I mean the security was very lax for having the president there. So I still think he got way too fucking close, and it is a little weird. And maybe it's just a sign of the times because we all see it, dude. Everywhere you go, service sucks. It's hard to get somebody to do a job and actually do it well. And maybe that is like starting to spill over to even the Secret Service and law enforcement, to security. Like we have a serious problem in this country where everybody's an idiot and sucks at their job and doesn't care about their job and does the bare minimum. Maybe that's spilling over to like higher levels within government now, which, you know, would make sense.
It's been told that that's not a safe facility. It's why he's never been there as president. But over the objections of the Secret Service, he did it. And that's why they want the ballroom. It's just got bulletproof glass and better security systems. Every other major country has facilities to do this. We don't. That's why Trump's obsessed with it. But that's a side issue. So yeah, Charlie Kirk, definite cover-up going on there. You know, Patel ordered the investigation of foreign involvement to be killed. The list goes on and on. But just because a bunch of other stuff is a lie does not mean that this is a lie. There are a lot of Democrats that want Trump dead. There are a lot of people openly saying they want him dead. And I think Trump, you know, really needs to be a lot more careful. But at the end of the day, Trump says he's honored in that press conference that, you know, he must be getting something done. It's only presidents that get stuff done do they try to kill or kill, which is definitely a true statement. So I'm very glad that they've indicted the SPLC for running the white supremacist groups, which I told you decades ago is the case. Told you they ran in Charlottesville. That's all come out. I just want to call the balls and strikes. Good stuff Trump does, bad stuff Trump does, I'll expose. But I noticed when I shot a live feed earlier saying, was it staged? I say right up front in the first minute that I don't think it's staged. And just flooded with Trump bot, Trump cult people saying, you traitor like Hannah, someone's how dare you say it's staged, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, there is some of that. They're trying to blame us. It's our fault that they try to assassinate Trump because we don't support the war in Iran, and we actually are not part of a cult, and we actually believed in the things we were spouting, you know? And we're unwilling to just become cult members and go like, oh, everything's great, even though I didn't vote for this, I support it. So it's our fault. It's our fault. Essentially, we're the woke Reich, as Mark Levin, that piece of shit, likes to call us. And we're terrible people. We're responsible for this.
Blah,
okay.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't think Candace Owens even commented yet. You guys just froth. And anybody that ever questions anything Trump does, like, hey, this war is a bad idea. Hey, the mullahs won't fall in 4 days. Israel's lying. Hey, the Pentagon told Trump don't do it. Hey, they'll close the Strait of Hormuz. It'll kill the recovery. It's all happened, but I'm a Qatari agent because I'm right. And so now you just see me comment on this, so I must be bad. And I see other people saying, oh, how dare you cover this up? No, it's absolutely staged. On and on and on. It's just crazy town, folks. You've got to do your own research. You've got to look at the facts. DC's 95% Democrat. More than half the cops there are Democrats. They weren't going to take part in a cover-up and then, stage this, thing where this crazy tries to bum rush and get in there with a shotgun. I think it's what you saw is what you get. But Caroline Leavitt said shots will be fired tonight. She said, yeah, it's going to be a big slug out. It's going to get heated. Shots will be fired. That is a saying that's overused, meaning people arguing and saying mean things to each other.
It is kind of crazy, though. So should you have chosen a different language? Yeah, possibly. Maybe anytime you're talking about an event with the president saying there's going to be shots fired, maybe just don't say that in the future,
JP Sears just had that term a few weeks ago in that skit we did about my IQ test. Does that mean that, he's involved? I mean, just come on, folks. Come on. Now, Caroline Leavitt's husband did tell a reporter, she called in on Fox News about it.
We played that.
You need to be really careful, watch out tonight, because they all know that this is one of the first big public events where people can get in.
And apparently, like what we saw earlier, protesters were like they got to the red carpet. So protesters were all over the place. And we know, without even the assassin, we know how crazy these protesters are. Like a lot of these protesters, if they felt they could get close enough to Trump to take him out, they probably fucking would, because a lot of them are that fucking deranged.
and there's lax security, and Trump was warned. So they're all moving on to military bases. They're all getting death threats. They're concerned. I'd be concerned if I was that. So people take those few things and say, look, it's the total proof of what's going on. They also put out fake images of the shooter wearing an IDF jacket or an IDF sweater. Fake guy, I confirmed. Not defending Israel. I'm just not going to make stuff up, okay? That's the bottom line. So I do not believe the evidence we have.
Bro, while you're wearing that stone cold looking fucking hat, I mean, that's a stone cold hat. And then you got Stone Cold's fucking shaved head, the goatee. He's transforming into fucking Stone Cold. And now he's like, that's the bottom line because Alex Jones said so. Dude, stop stealing Stone Cold's aura, okay?
Right now, this was staged. I don't think Butler was staged either. I covered that in an earlier video. There is a cover-up, though, of crooks being supported. What happened, the Secret Service stand down. And there being another shooting that we have total evidence of. Follow me on X, Real Alex Jones, on Rumble at the Alex Jones Show, and our new news site, because the bad guys are very close to shutting down InfoWars, as you can see in the news. And that is alexjoneslive.com. One word.
Yeah. So apparently at the end of the month, he's going to be having to move because the Onion's going to be running InfoWars. That's going to be interesting. We're going to follow that. Once again, I'm getting killed for stating the obvious. Yeah, here comes the conspiracies. And it's, I love Sam. I mean, obviously, if you want to know all the good conspiracies going on right now, Sam Tripoli's your guy. All right, he's the man.
It's really,
shout out to Sam.
Really weird.
This speech tonight will be classic.
I got to get Sam on again.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight on the road.
Check this out.
I'm going to tell you, I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was seated right next to me, and then he kind of leaned over and said, you know, I watched you on TV, you did a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, you know, there are some...
They cut her phone off. They stopped her from talking live on air.
Bro, has she come out and said like what she was going to say? Or is like that's the last we've heard of this?
And this is the person who allegedly did this. Now, what's absolutely wild, that this random account, Henry Martinez, joined X on December.
And I already explained to you guys how you can do what this guy did. And it's been done before. People know about it now. Okay? People are still going to run with it. But look, this is how they do it. I'll explain it again in case you missed it. Okay, this guy, we'll let this guy talk and then I'll explain it.
And tweeted out one name, Cole, on December 21st, 2023. There's a motive.
Okay, the way you do that is you create an account on X, you private your posts so nobody can see them, and then you just post as much fucking random shit as possible, dude. And eventually one of those might land on a big event, right? Like if I tweeted out Trevor Dickens, okay, and then with 1,000 other combinations of names, and then one day somebody named Trevor Dickens is in the news for doing some shit. Then you go and you delete every other post. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this fucking rogue is giving me some hiccups. You delete every other post except for the one that says Trevor Dickens, and then you make it public, and it looks like you predicted it.
And I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House.
So if the theory is that they faked this just so that they could get the ballroom built and have more justification to build a ballroom, I mean, I could see the logic, but that seems like a little overboard just to get a ballroom built. Like, damn, I really want this ballroom, and it's looking like they're not going to approve it. Yeah, let's just fake another assassination attempt, and then everybody would be like, yeah, I understand why we need a ballroom now. I don't know. That seems a little weird.
Larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof. It's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it.
The White House East Wing Ballroom Project, where Donald Trump fired the McCreary architects and replaced them with Shalom Bernis Associates. This ballroom, the one that has the blueprint that looks exactly like Solomon's Temple. And what does Shalom Bernis Associates have experience with? Doing multiple synagogue renovations, renovating temples. And you remember America Reads the Bible 2026, a historic call to return to God's Word that literally finished today, where Donald Trump read the Bible. And he specifically read 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 11 through 22. So what does 2 Chronicles chapter 7 deal with? The dedication of the temple, where the Lord appears to Solomon after Solomon finished building the temple, and the Lord.
Yeah, rest in peace to your grandma, John. I'm sorry about your. I'm sorry for your loss, brother. It'll be okay, bro. It'll be okay. Your grandma. Just imagine her in heaven right now, doing all the things she loves, being young and fit, running. She's sprinting in heaven right now, John. She's so healthy and happy. Okay, everything's good, John. We live on, okay, bro? We live on.
Gave him a vision.
Love you,
When
John.
I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command the locust to devour the land, or send plagues among my people, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sins. This is what Donald Trump read. And so is this a play to get the third temple built?
Yeah, I don't know. It's you're losing me on that one. Yeah, here's Kennedy. You guys remember Kennedy? I remember her from MTV. I grew up, she was on MTV. And then now she's a political reporter, right? We changed hotels at the last minute yesterday and booked a room at the Hilton at 3 p.m. That's where the White House Correspondents' Dinner was at. I was never asked for a key, but could have produced one from a different city. Also, never asked for ID. And walked through the lobby and lower ballroom areas like I own the
Polish
place.
Pride 68 super
Jesus
chatted
Christ,
$100. Heavy shit right there. Let's take a quick 3-minute break. Pingdom. Watch this comet pass between Earth and the Sun. Check Discord DMs because YT is freaking out posting a URL.
Is it happening right now? Well, shit. I mean, yeah. Let me check it. I got Discord open. Thank you for the 100, brother. Jesus Christ, it's very generous. So, is this happening right now? What's going on? What is going on here, dude? This is live. This is the comet passed between the Earth and the Sun. What am I seeing? I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at, bro. I'm guessing this is the Sun. I mean, it looks like what the fuck? I'm guessing this is Sun blacked out. Okay, oh, there's a comet. There's the comet. We're watching this live. This is live happening right now. I think it is. Are we all going to die? Are we all going to die? Was that it? That was it, huh? Boy, the sun looks like a wrench. Looks like the backside of a wrench. Or a socket, you know? Whatever the fuck that shit's called. Oh, man. I guess this is the rays from the sun. Crazy. Thank you for that. It changes stuff. It was the it was near Venus orbit. The date is on the bottom, 4/27. Yeah, it's not live. It's a recording, 4/27 to 2:45. So this was this afternoon, according to whatever time. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that, bro. Thanks for sharing that. Hopefully we're not dead. Hopefully we're still alive. Hopefully we're still alive. Thank you for the 100 and for the heads up on that. I didn't know that was going on. Crazy CGI. I think they have to filter it because if you're looking right at the sun, you're not going to be able to see anything. So they have to kind of like fuck with it so that you can see, I guess, the other spectrums of light. Wild, man. Thank you. Again, thank you for the 100 too, bro. I'll be honest, I'm more excited about the 100 than I am about the comment, dude. $100 is very nice. You're very generous. Thank you so much, Polish. Thank you for your continued support of this show, man. It's very much appreciated. So yeah, let's finish this one. So basically, she was able to check in, never asked for an ID, which is crazy. Because, I mean, I don't think there's ever a hotel, even the shittiest hotels I've checked into, where they don't want your fucking ID when you check in. Only saw one LE law enforcement dog by the red carpet, which also had surprisingly lax security. Having been to this event several times as early as 1995, this was probably the least security I've encountered. Thank God everyone is safe. So that's from Kennedy. Here's Bill Malugan. My thoughts on the security at the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night. The first exterior security for me was on the street outside of the hotel. I flashed my ticket and was waved through in 1 second. My name was not checked against any list. I showed no ID. I was not patted down and did not go through a metal detector. I probably could have shown a ticket from a prior year or a fake one as they barely looked at it. I don't know who the exterior security was. They were guys in suits. From that point, I walked into the hotel with no further security check. And I walked down to the Fox pre-party where there were multiple ballrooms that were absolutely packed with attendees. Still did not go through any security at that point. Weird, huh? Hypothetically, if I had hidden an explosive in my shoe or my jacket, I would have had no problem getting into one of these ballrooms. Only once it was time to get into the main ballroom for the dinner did we pass through magnetometers, empty our pockets, and get a pat down. And even that checkpoint was just outside of the dinner room. Two things can be true at the same time. Secret Service reacted quickly to an active armed threat and prevented that threat from getting into the ballroom, but the security leading up to that point, in my opinion, appeared to be lacking severely. I mean, could this just be another thing where, like, maybe they're not planning the assassination, but they're knowing that there's a possibility somebody might try some shit, and if security is terrible, it ups the chances of it being successful, and maybe it's a bunch of Democrats in security that are like, yeah, we're not going to do it, but we'll just be really shitty at our jobs, so hopefully somebody does. I don't know, but it is weird. It is weird, especially with Butler, and Butler was a complete failure of security to the point they let somebody on a rooftop with a rifle, like, right across from, I mean, like, at a certain point you have to wonder, is it incompetence? Or is it... Oops. Oh my bad. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know, man. But it's a little strange. New. President Trump explains the delay in him leaving the ballroom last night, saying he wanted to personally survey the situation. Bro, get the fuck out of there, dude. I wanted to see what was happening, and I wasn't making it that easy for Secret Service. I wanted to see what was going on.
You see the security moving quickly, right, within seconds, grabbing the vice president by his coat, lifting him up, bringing him out. Then the counter assault comes in. Took 10 seconds for them to flank you, Mr. President, and then 20 seconds to get you out. It looked chaotic. At one point, you were down. What was happening?
Well, what happened is it was a little bit me. I wanted to see what was happening, and I wasn't making it that easy for him. I wanted to see what was going on. And by that time, we started to realize maybe it was...
Yeah, so there's a live stream of this going on. Here's the comment. This guy says, best view is coming, my guess, 8 minutes. Here's the comment. Live. Okay, we'll check back in 8 minutes. Remind me, 8 minutes at 10:18. We'll check back.
A bad problem, different kind of a problem, bad one, and different than what would be normal noise from a ballroom, which you hear all the time. And I was surrounded by great people, and I probably made them act a little bit more slowly. I said, wait a minute, let me see, wait a minute. So, you know, I'm telling guys.
Just at that moment where it looks like you go sort of...
See, that's a failure from Secret Service, because at that point, you're not in charge, Trump. If there's a security incident where there's a chance somebody might take a shot at you, you're not in charge. Secret Services, and they need to just yank your ass off the stage and drag you the fuck off by your fucking coattails if that's what they have to do. See, I mean, I'm telling you, the Secret Service is not good at their job anymore. They're afraid of Trump. No, bro, you got a job to do. Grab that old man and yank his ass off the fucking stage before he gets himself killed.
Down with the service.
Well,
you were telling them to wait?
Well, no, what happened is then I started walking with them. I started walking, and they said, please go down on the floor. So I went down, and First Lady went down also, but we were asked to go down by the agent.
So he didn't fall, right? When it looked like he fell, he went down? Because to me, it looked like they were trying to get him off stage and he fell.
As I was walking, in other words,
They wanted you almost to crawl
I was
out.
standing up, pretty much. I was standing up and then turned around the opposite direction and started pretty much walking out, pretty tall, a little bent over because I'm not looking to be standing too tall. And but I was walking out. It was about halfway there, and they said, "Please go down to the floor. Please go down to the floor." So I dropped to the floor. So did the First Lady.
Yeah, it just seems insane, that level of security when you have a president in the building. A president who people want to kill. I mean, it's not a fucking question anymore. Yes, people want to kill him. Lots of people do. Here's him talking about the video. I'm a big fan of people of law enforcement. He was fast. When you look at the tape, it's almost like a blur.
You can see the gunman running through the metal detectors, and he fired off 1 or 2 rounds.
His speed was rather incredible. Actually, it was like a blur.
How did he get that close with the place swarming with security?
I will say, look, I say it because I'm a big fan of the people of law enforcement. And, some of these people, they may be crazy, but they're not stupid, and they figure things out. He ran 45 yards, they say, and he just went to it, and then, boom, he popped through it. I mean, he ran like, I think the NFL should sign him up. He was fast. When you look at it on tape, it's almost like a blur.
The NFL should have signed him up. Well, I mean, maybe they can, draft him from prison or something, bro.
Right.
But it was amazing because as soon as they saw that, you could see them draw their guns. They were so professional, aim their guns, and then they took them down immediately.
You can see.
Yeah, they aimed their guns and shot. I'm pretty sure this guy shot that guy. Let's watch it again.
The gunman running through the metal detectors. And he fired off 1 or 2 rounds.
His speed was rather incredible. Actually, it was like a blur.
How did he get that close with the place swarming with security?
He's like friendly. They did a great job shooting themselves. Hey, wonderful job. Wonderful shot. Good shot. Wrong guy. You shot one of your own, but good job. That was quick. You're quick on the draw.
Security.
He was very quick on the draw. Just needs to work on his acquisition of the actual target and probably, being able to track him as he runs. You got to got to practice the tracking. It does. I mean, I'm not sure, but it sure as fuck looks like. I mean, watch it again. It sure as fuck looks like a friendly fire incident. Watch. Remember? Okay, this guy down here, first to react, seems to pull out his you-know-what pretty quick, and then this guy drops. Watch.
And
let's watch it in slow motion. Okay, we'll get this off the screen for a moment. I want to watch this in slow motion because it really does look like there's a friendly fire incident here. Let's go 0.25.
He fired off 1 or 2
This guy drops back here.
rounds.
His speed was rather incredible. Actually, it was like a blur.
How did he get?
Yeah, I like it when they start sounding drunk when you slow it down. I know it looks like there was some sort of friendly fire incident. Maybe I'm wrong, but it fucking looks like it, bro. All right, we got the comment back here for people worried about the comment. We'll see. Is it 8 minutes yet? We've got 3 minutes until the best view is coming in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. According to this guy, I don't know. We're trusting him here. Here's more from his 60 Minutes interview.
The so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this quote, "Administration officials, they are targets." And he also wrote this, "I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands."
Yeah, there's one reported person was shot, and he was wearing one of the Secret Service members was shot. Because somebody said one of them reported an injury, I think. CWG. Yeah, CWG. From what I read, one Secret Service agent was shot in the chest, but they were wearing body armor, so they're fine. And if you look at that video, it sure looks like that guy reacts like he got shot. So I don't know.
With his crimes.
Just
What's your
speculating.
reaction to
Well, I
that?
was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're...
His
Just watch this again.
so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
But, do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
What do you think he was referring to? Oh, you think he was referring to you? Yeah, of course he was referring to Trump. She knows what she's doing, and Trump is not happy about this.
I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person.
Well, then maybe you should have helped actually prosecute the pedophiles. Maybe you should have not called the Epstein stuff a hoax and tried to bury it. I don't know. Then maybe people wouldn't call you that.
I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But I said to myself, I'll do this interview.
Yeah, it was just the Democrats. It was not the Republicans, of course not. No, obviously it was both sides, Trump. For fuck's sake, if only you really were interested in some justice. I mean, you might have even pulled off some fucking TDS left-wing people. Like, probably not many of them, but if you would have, like, really fucking brought justice down on the fucking perpetrators of the Epstein shit, who knows? Some people might have been like, oh, well, at least I'll give him credit there. But no, dude, you went and fucking called it a hoax, dude.
And they'll probably, I read the manifesto. He's a sick person. But.
All right, here we are. This is where we're supposed to get the best view now. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Here's the comment. I don't know. Is this the best view of it? Is this what everybody's seeing? Let me just look up some other live streams here. If there's any more of this comment. It's like somebody shot a load in space, bro. Yeah, it's all the same shot. Is this Comet 31 Atlas? No. Comet C 2025 R3. Oh, this guy's just putting this up to keep people from fucking jumping off. I see what you're doing, bro. That's pretty smart. He's like the best view, and then it hits the time with the best view. It's the same view. And then he just redoes the counter to 30 minutes. Best view's coming in 30 minutes. Yeah, he's just trying to keep people from going, oh, okay, yeah, there's a comet. Okay, let's move on. The little white light. But the video you showed me earlier, Polish Pride, that was pretty cool. But yeah, okay, that's where we're at with the comet. Hopefully we're not all going to die soon. Hopefully.
You should be ashamed of yourself reading that, because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the
excuse
gunman's
me,
words.
excuse me.
She's just reading what the guy said.
At Leroy.45 long super chatted $5. Saluting face,
Thank you, Leroy.
saluting face.
Salute back. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you for the 5, brother. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. These reporters suck. Yeah, you did. You
At
sent me the
Pride
best view.
68 super chatted $5. Ping, I sent you the best view of it.
Okay.
Also, John, big hugs for your grandmother.
Yeah, what you sent me earlier was the best shot. Now it's just kind of lame now. What do we, this is what it is now. Just a big sperm ball floating through space. This is how you impregnate planets. You come in space. But see, space aliens are gigantic, right? So when they come meteors. And then those meteors impregnate planets with life. That's how it works. I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about it. So yeah, I think we got everything with that one.
You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go
Well, they shouldn't be reporting on the facts?
ahead. Let's finish the interview.
The other thing that he wrote in
You're disgraceful.
the other thing in the manifesto, so-called manifesto.
So yeah, JD Vance has privately raised doubts about the Pentagon's portrayal of the war in Iran, especially claims that U.S. weapon stockpiles remain strong. He's concerned key munitions may be running low, which could weaken U.S. readiness for other conflicts. Are they going to try to distance JD Vance from this disaster so that he doesn't completely get destroyed for the next election? I think good luck with that. Good luck with that. He'd have to like really fucking start speaking out and sounding like Tucker Carlson or something. Like you'd have to really go hard against the Iran war. But yeah, Pete Hegseth, the military leaders insist supplies are robust and the campaign has been highly successful, but internal assessments suggest Iran still retains much of its military capability. And U.S. forces have used a significant portion of critical weapons. Vance has avoided directly accusing Pentagon leaders of misleading the president, but continues pressing for more accurate assessments. Really, is it the Pentagon that misled him, or is it Netanyahu and Israel that misled him? Because from my understanding, the Pentagon kind of told him there are a lot of people in the Pentagon try to talk him out of this, and he listened to Israeli intelligence over our own intelligence, and they were the ones that misled him. But we can't criticize Israel, right? So let's criticize the Pentagon instead. Because, we're not allowed to do that. Here's Mr. Jones, Stone Cold Steve Jones. Stone Cold Steve Jones. As Trump's approval rating continues to plunge to historic lows, the president just doubled down against Candace Owens, awarding her the Most Vile Person of the Year award. He did her pretty dirty, bro, because he took that picture of her where she's wearing that bandana and she looks like ratchet as fuck when she was getting sued. Like there was an apartment she was staying at where she didn't pay the bill. She didn't pay her rent and they were trying to kick her out. So then she tried to sue them for like mold. And then she took a picture showing how the mold was making her sick. And then, yeah, we'll listen to Alex talk about it.
Trump has made another big mistake, doubling down again, attacking myself and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens particularly, and Megyn Kelly. He's called her the vilest person of the year, gave her a fake Newsweek award. All the polls and numbers show that hurts Trump badly with his base. Like he should be attacking the Democrats, even if he doesn't like Candace criticizing him or me criticizing him, trying to get him back, on track. I mean, I certainly want that, but I'm not holding my breath. It's just pointless to attack. People say, well, you attacked him. No, I didn't attack him.
Yeah, this is Trump's post. Vile Person of the Year time, and it's the worst picture Candace Owens has ever taken in her life. Where I think she really tried to make herself look as terrible as possible for a lawsuit. Oh my God, yeah. This is like the Candace Owens, this is like on another timeline where Candace Owens joins a gang and like runs around robbing and murdering people. This is Candace from another timeline. Candace Owens' stock, which was never very high, has fallen a long way. Her attack on the First Lady of France is despicable. I believe in this case, without verification, she's an extremely low IQ individual. Look, leave the Candace Owens attacks to like me and Alex Jones and all of us who are not running for president, or that need to have a coalition to win elections to defeat the Democrats. Retard. Like, you need to keep the coalition together, and you're attacking every bit of the coalition when you should just be kind of playing it nice. Because if you want to stop the Democrats and win the midterms, you need these people to vote for you, retard. It just makes no sense. But it is kind of funny, to be honest. I do find it funny.
And just to attack him, I said, this is crazy what he's doing, saying we're going to vaporize him.
At Polish Pride 68 super chatted $2. You can fix her, ping.
Not this version, bro. This version, I would be scared for my life around this version. This version of Candace, I would go to the other side of the road. If I was walking and we were walking on the sidewalk, we were walking towards each other, I would be like, I'm going to cross to the other side of the road. She's going to kill me. This is the most ratchet looking woman I've ever seen in my entire life in this photo. But yeah, I'm not very attracted to Candace. She doesn't do it for me. She's just, her face, there's something about her face is just like, just doesn't, and I can be attracted to women who aren't like perfect beauty. Sometimes a little bit of imperfection can be kind of hot in a way, Like I used to be attracted to women with like long noses. I don't know what it was. Like they'd be pretty in every way, but then they'd have like a long, weird nose, and it would be kind of hot. That little imperfection. As long as like everything else was hot as well. So it's it's weird. But this I can't deal with this, dude. I can't fix her, bro. I'll leave that job to you guys in the chat. You guys can try to fix her, okay? Is that what she looks like without makeup? I hope not. I hope not.
Kill the civilization, never to return of Iran in one night. That means nukes. We had the Israeli operatives all over the news pushing that.
Leroy.45 long super chatted $20. Jones, trip 2028. We the people sick of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. If he wants me as VP, I'll run. But yeah, it's probably going to be somebody a little more important than that. I mean, even who was it? I think Harrison Smith retweeted, because I made a post saying Alex Jones 2028 when Trump was attacking him, as a kind of like a fuck you to Trump for attacking Alex. And Harrison Smith retweeted it. And then he posted his own thing about Alex Jones running for president. So maybe Alex is going to do it. I mean, dude, if anybody's going to solve your problems, it's going to be you, Alex. No one's coming to save you. You got to run for president, take over this country, and let's fix things, dude. I just got to make sure you're really going to be down for the cause, Alex. Like actually massively slashing the size of federal government, massively slashing taxes, getting our budget under control, and just unleashing the economy. Stop fucking handcuffing us, man. Let small businesses like build a situation where you're fucking, erring on the side of small business instead of big business so that we can have competition, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think Alex would be better than Trump. I don't know. It would be sad though. Wouldn't it be sad though if Alex gets elected president and then he's like, yeah, the Epstein files are a hoax. Israel's our greatest ally. It'd be, oh, fuck, now, oh no, now I have to hate Alex too. Wouldn't that be so sad? Alex becomes president and then he just does like Trump. I believe in you, Alex. I believe in you.
You knew that's where they were going.
Thank you for the 20, brother.
We know they asked
Thank you
the
very much.
chairman of the Joint Chiefs a few weeks ago.
All of you guys for the support. Thank
to
you.
present the war game plans for a nuclear strike on Iran. And the chairman walked out of the White House saying, no way. They fired the head of the army because Trump thought, trying to order him to invade the Strait of Hormuz with 20,000 troops. And he said, we can't do that. He said, yeah, our guys can do it. Look at how we, got Maduro. And he goes, yeah, that was Delta Force grabbing one guy. That was still incredibly dangerous. This is completely different. So,
and I believe that there was some sort of deal made with Venezuela, with that chick who's running things in Venezuela now. I think they made a deal where they wanted them to come and get Maduro. And then because it was so easy, we can spin it to be like, we have alien level technology where we just show up and everybody just, their eyes explode out of their head. And like, as soon as you pick up a gun, you just explode into a ball of fucking flesh and blood. So yeah, no, or you just fucking worked out a deal because they were sick of Maduro and that chick was like, oh, I can take over? Yeah, if I work out a deal and then, oh, okay. I don't know.
I got that from sources before it even broke, so I know it's accurate. So Trump is going off the rails. And I did say, if he keeps talking like this, he's got to be 25th Amendment. I mean, I never dreamed we'd be having to deal with this. But that's just where we are. Now he's backed off now, and he's acting more cogent now, so great. I'm not saying 25th Amendment Trump now, but we're between a rock and a hard place because the Democrats are planning to come in and issue absolutely hellish stuff, and all the polls are in the...
So you got his methylene blue. Is that what that is? Some methylene? I got to try some methylene blue sometime. I've still never tried it. It actually looks pretty tasty in there,
They'll probably lose the Senate now because of this war and inflation and Trump attacking his own base when they dare criticize him or dare question him. So it's a disaster. And a lot of our listeners, maybe 20-30% that have been mad at me, that's fine. I'm not trying to win a popularity contest here.
Yeah. There's no deep state forces schedule the shutdown. Oh, yes, this is an update on InfoWars being shut down.
They wouldn't tell us when they were going to try to shut us down, but they wouldn't pay the bills the last few months with the receiver that took control of InfoWars to the bankruptcy that was kicked back to state court. And I just said about a month ago, I said, I bet they shut us down on May Day. I bet they shut us down on May Day.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little creeped out by the methylene blue, too, especially because it turns your mouth blue. And I've heard it turns your brain blue as well. Like you're literally dyeing your insides blue. But fuck, if it gives me energy, I mean, I'll take it, dude. when you get into your 40s, energy is nice, and I can't do cocaine because, that's not good for you and it's illegal. So yeah, I mean, caffeine, I've taken caffeine as far as it can go, I've fucking worn out that caffeine. So yeah, I mean, maybe some methylene blue, bro.
And it wasn't a self-fulfilling prophecy that I went on air and says, look like we're shutting down the 30th because May Day. We later this week got the documents. We're like, no, we've been planning for months to shut you down on May Day. It's a communist holiday. It's also the day where the top.
At Leroy.45 long super chatted $2. Been on the blue for 6 months now. Legit AF.
Been on the blue. All right. Does it turn your mouth blue every time you drink it? Damn, Leroy, you might convince me. I like to try things, okay? I've always been one of those guys that's like, most drugs I'd like to try. I tried ecstasy once, loved it, never did it again. Not saying I wouldn't, but
At Leroy.45 long super chatted $2. Been on the blue for 6 months now. Legit AF.
Thank you for the double super chat, Leroy. Did you think it didn't go through, or is that a glitch? Might be a glitch. But yeah, I mean, if I'm willing to try fucking heroin and speed and everything else, I mean, I might as well be willing to try some methylene blue. It's dangerous for a lot of people because people try things and they get addicted. I've been pretty lucky with that. Although, I still can get addicted. Like, I got addicted to nicotine. I got addicted to caffeine. I wouldn't say I'm addicted to weed. And man, I just all the people that are... That fucking guy from Breaking Point's that Indian dude, he is such a fucking retard about weed. He's trying to blame weed for this assassination. He's like, this was a smart guy who got his brain broken by weed. I fucking hate that guy now. Whatever I already forgot his name. That's how little I care about him. Fucking the weed fear mongering is out of control, dude.
Number of child sacrifices happen.
Thank you, Leroy.
The Druids.
I'll try it, Leroy. I gotta order some.
Main sacrificing for the planting. So when the Aztecs did it, the Mayan culture. I mean, most cultures do that back then. But that's May Day's liberal. It's a communist day. It's a cultic. No, it's. I mean, it's like they want to shut us down on May Day, and that sure enough, it's like who are these people? Well, they're occultists and people taking over. Produce TV shows about loving pedophilia, Satanism, killing kids, human trafficking, children in cages, starving to death, MK Ultra, keeping children poisoned so that their minds are wiped. I mean, all the real stuff I haven't even covered on air. Well, I'll talk about it a little bit before they'll just walk into like a 5-year-old that's acting up. They'll just spray Raid in their mouth, just Raid, and they hallucinate, pass out, bleed. But he's like, you've been on the show 10 years ago. The writer shows his great knowledge. He goes, just a little bit of poison in their face, just so they pass out. You can have your way with them.
Is this true? I know Raid is fucking. I remember a long time ago. We were staying at my aunt's house, and she would just go crazy with Raid because ants. Like her house had a huge problem with ants, so she would go nuts with the fucking Raid. And my dad is like really sensitive to Raid. So like she sprayed the kitchen counter with it. And then my dad got it on his hands and he was sick for like a month, like really, really sick just from getting it on his hands. So yeah, it's no joke, man. It is poison.
You don't know what the dead kid though, a little too much poison. So I mean, you see this, people are telling you, they're like, hey, we're card carriers, baby. Got an update on that coming up. They pledged themselves to Satan on Thursday. So that's who they're trying to send in to say they're us and all that.
I mean, technically it was a joke. Although, was it a joke? Were you actually pledging yourself to Satan under the cover of it being a joke? You said the words, Tim Heidecker.
It's just, you can't make it up. People saying, why are you giving him attention? They're washed up comedians. Well, so is Gollum is washed up. I mean, Lord of the Rings is still an important creature. And so people need to know, like actual devil-worshipping pro-pedophile people are the ones doing all this. And people watch the stuff they produce. It's unspeakable. Small children defecating in people's faces and just everything else. I mean, it's like, this is what Satanists do. And so that's who we're up against. So that's just the facts.
Ping needs a girlfriend. Would you have said that to iDubbbz 10 years ago? iDubbbz needs a girlfriend. Look what happened to iDubbbz when he got a girlfriend. You don't need a girlfriend. You need the right girlfriend. Okay? Imagine I get a girlfriend like Anissa, and then in 5 years I'm all woke and fucking, yes, baby, racism's bad. I'm dating some OnlyFans whore. So yes, girlfriends are nice, but the right ones are even better. Okay? You want me to get I-dubbed? You want me to get I-cucked? Is that what you want? So Loomer's dad, so now we're into the Laura Loomer stuff. And even Laura Loomer's dad says she's actively blowing the president. Let that sink in. Laura Loomer's dad. Let's read this. This is from her dad. I have copies of several of her prescriptions. He doesn't know how to spell. It's cute. And a photograph of her bedside table and another of her handbags showing medication labels that confirm she was on high doses of powerful antipsychotic drugs. I am not releasing these photographs to the public at this time. The FBI declined to comment on the specifics of Loomer's case, citing confidentiality, but confirmed that it was extremely likely that any citizen with her mental health history would not be permitted a firearm in Florida or any other state. Yeah, she's batshit crazy and they're not going to let her have a firearm, which I agree. No, do not let her have a gun. Every member of Laura Loomer's 2020 campaign staff approached by me ahead of publication declined to comment. Each of them gave the same reason, fear of public reprisals. Laura Loomer did not return a request for comment. Here we go. Here's the father. A tearful Jeff Loomer declined to say over the phone whether he was currently considering another involuntary psychiatric hold for his daughter, giving her bizarre claims this week that she was performing oral sex on President Trump, but did not rule it out. In part 2, we unraveled the mystery of Laura Loomer's true ethnic and religious heritage. A lot of people pretend she's faking being Jewish just so she can get on that Israeli money train. Maybe I need to do that, dude. I don't know. I mean, you know, the show's doing all right. You guys are supporting, but I'd really like to make millions instead of hundreds. So should I just say I'm Jewish? Would that help? Would that be Let me test something out. I'm just going to, for the rest of the show, let's just pretend I'm Jewish and let's see how much more money I make. But that is kind of insane. But there's more. Oh, there's a photo of her, and there she is putting her tits on Trump. She just loves smushing those tits into everybody, dude. Laura, keep your tits to yourself, Laura. For fuck's sake. Don't do that to Grandpa. The decline of an empire. JFK, Marilyn Monroe. We knew we were balling, bro, when our president was hooking up with Marilyn Monroe. And then we got here. She looks all right here, but dude, she was not. She was not presidential material, okay? And then this is where we're at now. Trump and... Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. What happened? You never go full Jewish? Well, it's worked. I'm already getting more money.
67 super chatted $10. You never go full Jewish.
Yeah, I'm 3/4 Jewish, or I'm 95% Jewish. What's the right sweet spot to make the most money? 90% Jewish? It already worked though. See, El Jefe, you sent me $10 right away. Right away. See, this being Jewish grift is working pretty well. I love being Jewish, bro. Shout out to the yarmulke. Shout out the yarmulke. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's Milo talking about her. This is a little bit of a throwback.
The most insane person, and I was.
And look, I know you got to take things with Milo with a grain of salt because he's a bit of a catty, gossipy guy, but I tend to believe this.
Laura Loomer, who was the most insane person, and I was, there was.
You were good friends with Laura too.
Well, no, I was not good friends with Laura. I was loose allies with Laura until I met her. Okay. And then when I met her properly and spent time with her, I realized she was absolutely fucking mental. I distanced myself very quickly. I distanced myself because she used to force herself on young male volunteers, 20, 21-year-olds. And she would go in the middle of the night. And I mean, some men will find this to be quite titulating.
No.
Although,
yeah, this sounds kind of good. What is
when you imagine
the
face
Alex.
of the saw doll, just sort of like you pull up the covers and there's the saw doll. I would like to play a game.
Yeah, that's why it's not appealing. It's terrifying.
Less enticing. But she would climb into bed with these volunteers and
I am
suck them off in the middle of
circumcised.
the night. Sorry to
That
use
is true.
language, but I did tell you to put your children to bed.
No way. She wouldn't go and sexually assault random guys and just
No,
blow them.
I'm telling you because I lived in the pool house.
I have a beautiful circumcised penis. They did a great job with mine.
with
Great job,
her,
Doc.
Victim in 2020, who didn't know how to make it stop. He was a young Brazilian volunteer on her 2020 congressional campaign. I know because I helped to run that campaign. Okay, so don't tell me you don't believe it. I was there. She was creeping into bed with him, and she convinced herself that they were in love. And he was coming to me every day saying, "How do I make this stop?"
You say, "Bitch, get off me." I mean, that didn't seem that hard. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you would think that, but this is a young guy who's, I never really understood when people talked about power dynamics in rape before. I was like, okay, fine, either you want the sex or you don't, or whatever. But I kind of got it when this young man, which surprised me greatly, said, well, this was Laura Loomer. I didn't know how to say no. I said, what do you mean it's Laura Loomer? He said, well, she's like Laura Loomer. And I said, what does that mean? He's like, well, she might be a congresswoman. Like, I don't know if it's okay to like. And so I realized in that moment, especially because it was a man, which was so sort of peculiar and confusing to me.
I agree. We need this is a problem. I'm sick of these sexual predators, like allegedly Laura Loomer, who are taking advantage of these underlings and sexually manipulating them. This is terrible. It's disgusting. And she needs to be Me Too'd. She needs to be canceled. Time to cancel Laura Loomer. Time to say no to sexual predators, okay? Doesn't matter if they're male or female.
It was bizarre to me, but he meant it, and he was asking me how to make it stop. And although I think it's ridiculous, I think it's absolutely ridiculous for people to talk about.
Well, maybe put some Tabasco on your dick. When you go to bed, just line your dick with some Tabasco sauce. Or, I don't know, spray some Raid on your dick. And then when she sneaks in and gobble, it's going to be a problem. I mean, maybe she likes Tabasco sauce. That one might not work. But Raid, spray a little Raid on your dick. That's one way to do it.
Women raping men, per se. There was no element of...
YouTube loitering, you said you'd smash Laura? Well, go talk to her. I'm sure. Look, there's some women who are you're never going to get to, right? You're never going to have a chance. You got a chance with Laura, okay? Just show up somewhere she's at and let her go smash her titties on you, and it's game. Game on.
In what she was doing. And she actually...
Allegedly.
We're Jewish now, and Laura is one of us, but that doesn't mean that as a Jewish man that we should still protect Jewish predators like Laura. We need to police our own ranks.
All alleged for the legal team. This is all alleged.
This is of course alleged.
This is in Minecraft.
I'm giving you my personal testimony as her communications director, so you can take my view of it as you like. And if you want to sue anybody, sue me. I invite you warmly to sue me. In fact, I beg you to sue me.
He still hasn't been sued, I imagine.
Don't sue him. He doesn't know anything about it.
Don't sue me, Laura.
Sue the Blaze. Sue the Blaze, but sue them about something else.
Do not sue the Blaze.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. What would you sue them for? Don't sue the Blaze. Don't sue him. But sue me if you want to sue anybody, because discovery will be marvelous. And look, the point is this: when we confronted her, Laura, about what she'd been doing with this volunteer.
Oh, you don't remember Alex's old show? Generic Jabber says, the background, are we on a train or a spaceship? What the hell's going on? You're on the blimp, bro. This is Alex's old show on Blaze, which is not around no more, but they set up the set to look like a blimp flying over the sky.
She barricaded herself in her bedroom, called Roger...
It was a pretty creative idea for a set, I have to admit.
Stone, and said that she'd been driving past Lowe's thinking about buying rope. And this was 8 days out from her congressional election.
So she hadn't lost yet. She had not lost.
8 days out from her election. What she was doing was barricading herself in her room and not attending events she was booked to attend because she'd been confronted about sexually assaulting a volunteer on her campaign. And just to give you an illustration, just an insight into the kind of person that Laura Loomer is, the founder and CEO of Home Depot had maxed out her campaign. So even considering death, she couldn't even be loyal to the people who'd been loyal to her. And she was talking about driving past Lowe's instead to buy rope.
But you know how I know you're lying? Because Jewish...
Yeah, so just a little background on the stories that go around about Laura Loomer. And there's lots of them like this. And now we got Loomer. We got two of the craziest bitches. I'm sorry if you're a Candace Owens fan. She's a bit of a crazy bitch. Okay, God bless her. She's not always wrong. Sometimes she's right, but she's wrong a lot. But yeah, two of the craziest bitches on the planet are at war with each other right now.
And for some reason, there's a lot of people.
You know, you're right. She isn't that bad looking. Who was it that wanted to that's YouTube loitering? She's not that ugly. You're right. She's not. She's beautiful. I'm just realizing she's so beautiful. She's not fat. I'll give her that. Okay.
People that are.
But no, there are a lot of guys that would have no problem sleeping with Laura Loomer, and you know, God bless you. You know.
Really afraid of this nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. And
are you allowed to say that? Are you allowed to do racisms? Because I guess because you're now protected by the Jewish mafia, you're allowed to be racist against black people now. That's some racist shit. I mean, that's what got fucking who was the radio guy that called those female basketball players a bunch of nappy-headed hoes? What was the guy's name, dude? It's been so long. Imus. You just pulled an Imus, dude. Imus lost his whole career saying shit like that.
I'm happy to match her energy. I'm happy to wrestle in the mud with that bitch. And
you guys want to sign up to a mud wrestling match with Laura Loomer and Candace Owens?
You know, roll around and hurl insults back.
Look at those cheekbones, bro. Look at it. Looks like somebody implanted a golf ball inside her face, bro. You know this is fake. Like, she had to have work done to make this look. Is she bone smashing? Is she hanging out with fucking clavicular bone smashing and smoking meth all day? No, it's so crazy. It looks like somebody like cut open her cheekbone, inserted a fucking golf ball, and then closed it back up.
And forth with her.
Nothing wrong with it, by the way. More power to you. Be golf ball face, okay? If you want to be golf ball face, you go and be golf ball face and you rock that shit, okay?
If that's what she wants to do. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to harm me.
Yeah, she's definitely got work done. You can see it, her face. You know, you can see it in their faces because like they lose like the ability to actually like move their face in the way normal people can. And it's just like all talking like this where your face doesn't move anymore. Or you're just like this and it's kind of stuck like that. You can't move. Or your face is just like frozen in time and space. It's like, She definitely got work done. Even with the work done, it's still not good. It's still not good.
Candace Owens is a liar, okay? And she's a deeply insecure woman who is very unloved at the end of the day. This is a woman who is allegedly in a relationship with a gay man who is always going to feel the rejection of her family, the rejection of her mother, the rejection of her family that she claims left her alone when she was 14 years old, right? To fend for herself.
Yeah, you can see her face is so fake now, dude. You can just see it. The lack of like movement.
This is a girl who's...
She's young too. That's what's so sad. She's young. I wonder if I wish maybe I could pull up an older picture of her to compare what she looked like before. Let's see, Laura Loomer. Let's see if I can find an old picture of her. Yeah, she's definitely getting work done. This is from 2024. Fuck. Oh, that fucked up. Ah. Come on now. Bro, I just want to see the fucking... There we go. That's what she looks like as she's sneaking into your bed, crawling underneath the sheets, crawling up to your penis. She's under the sheets and she's just working her way into your crotch area as you sleep at night. She's a crotch demon, bro. She's a fucking crotch demon. Oh, yeah. So you can see, it's like she tried to get more fat removed from her face or something. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, there we go. I'll be honest, she looked better before the plastic surgery because at least she looked natural. Yeah, she didn't have the perfect fucking face, but she looked normal, natural. Versus this now. Yeah, this is. I think this is her before all the work. I believe. Honestly, like I would have taken her more. Yeah. Yeah, her face is so fake now. This is what she's supposed to look like. And honestly, I'll take this any day over this. Any day. They're both terrible, but this one is at least like fucking doesn't look like right out of a horror movie. You know what I mean? For fuck's sake, dude. These women, man. The worst one is that Erin Moriarty from the Boys. Dude, she was so fine. I mean, I watched the first couple seasons, and then I think the third season, I was like, I'm done. But dude, I got a little crush on her. She was just so fine. She's like what every dude wants in a chick, like the perfect next door neighbor look, you know, the girl next door look, and then it's like, well, women, why are you doing this? You got it all, and then you're like, I'm just gonna suck all the buccal fat off my face, and then you look like this. You look like some demon from the pits of hell. Please, ladies, stop. Stop. For fuck's sake. Anyway, guys, hit the thumbs up. We're almost at 100, please. If you're enjoying the show, it's much appreciated.
Parents gave up on her at a very young age, and she is not loved. And as I said, God hates you, Candace. God hates you. Your
Jesus
husband hates
Christ,
you.
dude.
Humanity hates you. Everybody who loved Charlie Kirk hates you. Your children are 100% going
Yeah, she was beautiful for real. I don't know if I'd go that far, K-Back, to say she was beautiful, but she was definitely better looking.
to hate you. And if what Milo is saying about your husband allegedly getting plunged in the ass by other men is true, your husband, the person that you're supposed to grow old and died with, hates you, Candace. So just, if there's one thing that you need to do, Candace, you need to just internalize how hated you are. Okay, just understand how much oxygen you're stealing, and what a shame it is how much oxygen you are robbing from this planet. I think there needs to be like a quota on the oxygen that Candace is allowed to consume. Just understand how hated you are. I just want you to internalize every single time you do your show and you think that you are, spreading your truth. Just internalize how hated you are, Candace, and just know that you are truly.
She's trying to get into her head. So when Candace gets love, she doesn't accept it, and she's like, actually, this is weird because people hate you too, Laura Loomer. I'll be honest. Probably more people hate you. Well, actually, I don't know if more people hate you, but I'd say people hate you to a higher degree than they hate Candace Owens. Who are the people that are listening to Laura Loomer who are fans of Laura Loomer? I've never met one. You guys know any Laura Loomer fans out there? I've never met one. Jesus Christ, bro.
At Polish Pride 68 super chatted $300. Pingdom, IDC what religion? No non-zero probability exists that we will have to answer for what we do here. Be without fear in the face of your enemies. Be brave and upright that God may love thee. Speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. Safeguard the helpless and do no wrong. That is your oath.
That's very, very well said, bro. And thank you for the 300,
At
dude.
Leroy.45
I'm Jewish now.
super chatted $2. Truny.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that think that Laura Loomer's Larry Loomer, that she's a man who transitioned to female. Yeah, I'm still blown away by the $300 super chat. See what happens? You convert to Judaism and the money just starts pouring in, bro. That was a good experiment. It's working out really well. This is probably going to be, I think, the second largest. Because there was one where I made like 600 on one live stream. So we haven't gotten that far, but this is the second largest. And yeah, so being Jewish is definitely paying off.
Adele_Yefa-67
Yes.
super chatted $20. Ping's buying all the pork chops.
Am I allowed to have pork chops now that I'm Jewish, El Jefe? I don't know if I'm allowed to eat pork chops. Is pork allowed? Can you eat? I got to learn the new ways of being Jewish. I mean, if the money's this good being Jewish, I mean, Jesus, I'm going to be Jewish. Can Jews eat pork chops? I don't know if it's kosher. Generally, religious Jews do not eat pork chops. Fuck. Because pork is not kosher, as it comes from an animal that does not chew its cud. While observant Jews strictly avoid it, I'm secular Jew. I'm secular. That's what it is. So if I got, okay, whatever Jew eats pork, that's the type of Jew I am. I'm fucking loving being Jewish, guys. You don't understand how great it is. I understand why Laura Loomer is a fake Jew now. I understand why she converted. Because, dude, you become Jewish, money just starts pouring in. People send you giant super chats. Now, I mean, I know. I'm just kidding. Polish, thank you, bro. I think you sent 100 earlier, so that's 400 you sent on this chat alone. And I appreciate that support, bro. That's above and beyond what I'd ever expect. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Jesus. But yeah, being Jewish is great.
Completely irredeemable. Nothing you say or
people are going to join this stream because there's always new people that join and they don't understand anything that's going on. They're just going to think, oh, Ping's a Jew.
do is ever going to be able to redeem your dark soul and your dark heart. You're never going to.
Yeah. So Laura's really going after Candace. And then Candace pulled up this clip that I remember watching a long time ago. And that was like the first time I realized how fucking crazy Laura Loomer is. And it was when I think she got banned from Twitter. And she went on and essentially was like, we need to get everybody banned so they understand. Like there's nobody's talking about me being banned. So I want everybody to be banned or something like that. But yeah, here's a clip from it.
What are they doing? I want to know what people are actually going to do. My life is ruined. Does anybody understand how ruined my life is? I'm sick of it. I don't want to listen to people tell me that I'm a conspiracy theorist. They don't know what it's like to be me. My life is ruined, Alex.
Laura Loomer has become significant because we can look at her.
Yeah, I wish I could find the whole clip, but I looked for it. It's hard to find. But yeah, she essentially, I think that was the same one because she was going nuts. And she was like, we need to have a plan to get everybody banned from the internet. I want all the Republicans, all the Trump supporters, I want them all banned so that they'll all understand what's going on or whatever. It was kind of a weird, very selfish take.
To understand the erraticism of Donald Trump, our president. He doesn't seem like the same person. He seems as though he has been possessed. That's his top advisor. According to her, multiple times a day, she speaks to him on the phone.
Speaks or...
One of the first phone calls he made after attacking Iran was to Laura Loomer.
I heard that. It's almost hard to believe because that's fucking insane.
Take Laura in her own words. In an article that was done by The Spectator here, which was called The Tale of Laura Loomer, which was published in 2019, where she described having anxiety and depression. She wrote, I had really bad anxiety and depression, and then I started to basically deal with depression by doing cocaine. I was never a drug user before, but I was using cocaine to kind of deal with it. Laura was 23 years old. She continues, there were phases when I wouldn't sleep for 3 days straight. And one morning I woke up and drove myself to a cliff and it was cold and kind of snowy
Cocaine and dick. Maybe that's why she was so dick hungry, bro.
Outside. It was February. I tried to kill myself, like legitimately tried to kill myself. Okay. So you can understand why she's not allowed to own guns. And so how did she deal with her cocaine addiction? If you're wondering why it seems like she tweets every 5 minutes and like she's deep in the throes of a manic episode, well, she explains in this article, I have nothing to lose now. And by the way, this is in the context of her having lost her Twitter access. This is, I have nothing to lose now, so it's liberating, she says. I became addicted to social media. I kind of lived off of the adrenaline. It's not a very healthy lifestyle to live because when you stop using cocaine, for example, you learn to cope with anxiety and depression in other ways. I pretty much substituted my lows for adrenaline rushes on Twitter. When I got banned, I was honestly having withdrawals. Twitter is a drug for her, and that's why she tweets into the wee hours of the morning saying crazy things, spiraling in these manic episodes.
It is. I can kind of understand that because it is when you start going viral, it's a dopamine hit like no other, bro. When you have a post that goes viral and all of a sudden you're getting a bunch of comments and it's like you're looking at it, it's like, oh, it's 10,000 views a minute. It's like, holy shit. It can be very addicting. But that's where you have to have like, I don't know, over time you learn like that. Not to get too excited about it, because if you do get too excited when things are going well, the crash, just like with any drug, when things take a downturn, the crash is going to mentally wreck you. So you can't get too high. If you get too high, the lows are going to be very low. But people get full of themselves. They start getting some views and they're like, oh my God, I'm like a celebrity now. I'm somebody, I'm famous. It's like, dude, calm down. Calm down, okay?
And so I just want to make that clear to you. These are the people, when you look at what Donald Trump is saying, what he is doing, and why he just does not seem like he is steady right now, like he does not seem like there is a sane voice. He went from having the advice of people like Charlie Kirk and radically flipped that to people like Laura Loomer and Paula White Cain. So forget Laura flipped that to people like Laura Loomer.
Dude, there's the golf ball. Once you see this, it's really hard to unsee this every time you see Laura Loomer.
And Paula White Cain. So forget Laura Loomer. The question you should be asking yourself is Donald Trump mentally fit to be president? If he makes a conscious decision.
She's looking at her teleprompter. I think she clearly has a teleprompter. I think everything's written out, probably using AI. I don't know what her thing is, but she's clearly reading.
To tweet out that Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens are mentally ill, while he invites into his inner circle advice about what he should do to Iran, a person like Laura Loomer.
I love a good cat fight. Here's Laura Loomer going back at Candace. Candace Owens loves to present her marriage with George Farmer as a traditional fairy tale romance, but the actual reality of their sudden engagement is completely insane and inhumane. So she talks about like she had a boyfriend at the time, like she had a guy that she was living with, and she just up and left him to go marry this guy. And look, is it out of the norm for women to do that? You're dating some dude, you've been with him for like 5 years, he's loyal, he's there by your side, and then some billionaire fucking connected to royalty in Britain wants to marry you, and you're like, bye, I'm gonna go marry the royal, fuck you. Women, bro, no loyalty.
So then she gets her job with Turning Point USA, and then one day Kanye West posts some tweet and says, oh, I love the way that Candace Owens thinks. And then Candace Owens immediately texts me like, oh my God, can you share this? This is so cool. Oh my God, this is so amazing. Wow, Kanye just tweeted me. And then she and Charlie Kirk ended up going out to California and having a private meeting with Kanye West. And you can see here, there's the tweet. 2018, I love the way that Candace Owens thinks. And then Candace Owens got invited to go and fly out to California with Charlie Kirk, and they had their secret meeting with Kanye West. Why do I bring this up?
What a random statement, Dark Meta official. I saw Melania's boobs, Ping. We all have, and it is kind of weird when you can go on the internet and look at the first lady's boobies. And man, Melania was, she was a supermodel for a reason. She married a billionaire for a reason. But yeah, what a weird time we live in, huh?
Because, 2018 comes around, and then, this is around the time, like fast forward a bit, that Candace Owens, right, loves to talk about her love story with George Farmer. Well, towards the end of the year,
she needs another nose job. She can barely get fucking air through that fucking, she's got this gigantic nose that she can't even get air through. Like, what's the point of having a nose that large if you can't even get air through it?
Right, loves to talk about her love story with George Farmer. Well, towards the end of the year, I remember...
At Polish Pride 68 super chatted $2. Does Candace wear a wig? Is Laura looksmaning?
I think she's trying to looksmax, but it's not working. A lot of these women, I think it's like, I don't know what is going on. Like the Erin Moriarty chick, again, like, are they listening to gay dudes? Like, what is it making them think that that's a look that is going to make them look better when they look fucking... I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't know if Candace wears a wig, but a lot of black women do. It wouldn't be out of the norm.
I texted Candace Owens and I was like, oh, I wanted to wish you a happy holidays and Merry Christmas and how's Ryan? And she said, oh, Ryan's great. We're living in Philadelphia, and they had moved in together. So
yeah, this is the guy supposedly she was with when she left for that George Farmer guy.
So Candace Owens was living in a condo in Philadelphia with Ryan, her boyfriend of 7 years or 8 years, and this cat. And then all of a sudden, like randomly, one day I wake up and then I see like news reports, oh, Candace Owens is engaged. And I remember like saying, oh, congratulations to you and Ryan. And then all of a sudden I like see this report about like how she is engaged to this guy named George Farmer. And it was like the weirdest thing ever, because 2 weeks prior I had asked her how she's doing, and she had told me that she was literally living in Philadelphia with Ryan, right? Ryan and her cat. And so the way this turned out is that Candace Owens apparently went to some Turning Point USA event in the UK with Charlie Kirk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dr. Meta says, hey, it wasn't random, by the way. You said things you can't unsee. And yeah, that's something. I mean, I can picture it in my head right now. Oh, Melania. Yeah, I mean, you know, seeing the First Lady topless, like, yeah, that's something that will stay in your head.
Ended up meeting George Farmer, who was very much involved with Turning Point UK. And then they stayed in touch. And then they had all these conversations. And as George Farmer likes to describe it, and there's videos of this online, right? With George Farmer talking about it, how they met and there was nothing romantic. And again, it fits the exact 2-week time frame, because I told you, I literally had messaged her, oh, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, right? I was talking to her about everything. And she was telling me like how she and Ryan were doing so well together.
This is the first I've heard of this, but would it surprise me that a woman would do something like that? No, it wouldn't surprise me, because women do shit like this all the time. There's so many women who are with loyal men who aren't rich. They aren't famous. They're just good men, you know, that are loyal, in love. And the second they can trade up for a rich, famous guy, they just see ya. That you come home and they're packing their shit and they're gone, bro. And it's like, oh, I finally got that trade up I've been looking for the last 5 years. And yeah, it's believable. I don't know if it's 100% true, but this is another clip that was going around. Russell Brand was on with Piers Morgan, and he was talking about, you know, Jesus and how he's a Christian. And then Piers Morgan asked him about what his favorite Bible quote is, his favorite Bible passage, and it gets really fucking strange.
Can I go back?
By the way, this is a guy who just admitted to sleeping with a 16-year-old when he was in his 30s.
68 super chatted $2. Hair face would melt in direct sunlight.
She's a candle face. Yeah, that's like what everybody would say about Whitney Cummings, candle face. Oh, man. Again, women, please stop. We like, you know, the buccal fat's great. It's okay if you got a little fat in your face, okay? You don't got to suck all the fat out of your face and look like a fucking goblin. Please, women, consult like a regular dude before you get some changes like this done, okay? Not some gay dude who wouldn't fuck you, okay? Consult dudes that want to fuck you before you actually get work done, okay? Stop being retarded. Thank you for the 2 Polish pride. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Let's see. Let's watch this. This is very awkward.
To ask you a question about your Bible.
Yes, if you want to.
Thank you. Was that the one you took into court?
You're the very one.
Okay. What was your thinking of taking it into court? And what you were seeing, looking at some passages, what were the relevant passages for you?
All right. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you. That didn't hurt, did it?
A little bit. It was this from Isaiah. You're right, Bear did say, you know, be chilled. Sometimes I lose the chill, man. It's pretty... It's this. They don't like that, do they, in the old gallery? But remember, you just said it's a hired spot. This is from Isaiah. Excuse me.
Bro, if you wanted people to think that you're a fake Christian just hiding behind Christianity to deflect from all the accusations, good job, because this is a fucking terrible look, bro. I mean, look, is it possible he just doesn't know where it is and he read something he's got to find? Okay, it's just... Some people are even trying to say that this was a bit, that Russell was trolling him. Okay.
Man, I'm not going to mark it before. It says here,
looks at the camera. Bro, I don't know. I feel like he's quietly panicking inside.
The verse that I was looking at that day was not this. I can't actually find the verse that I had that day. But this is good enough. This is from Isaiah 12.
Good, so he finally found a verse. I wish he would have kept it in there so I could have heard what the actual verse was. But yeah, that was going wild. And then when he was on with Megyn Kelly, I don't think I have that clip. I forgot to save it. He admitted to sleeping with a 16-year-old when he was in his 30s, which is legal in Britain because Britain are a bunch of... I love the people of Britain, but look, there's states in America where the age is 16 as well, and we need to do something about that. We need to excommunicate these states. Yeah. I mean, look, it's... I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's just put it lightly, it's not a good look, okay? It's not a good look to be sleeping with 16-year-olds when you're in your 30s, even if it is technically legal, because any of us that are older, we know how young in the mind 16-year-olds are. If you had a 16-year-old niece or a 16-year-old little sister when you were old, like, you realize they're fucking not adults. They're basically retards. And to sleep with one as a 30-year-old man, that's a terrible look. That's a terrible look. Yeah, so I was talking earlier about this YouTube demonetized. So there's so many of these. This is just one. But my whole X feed has been filled with this happening to people. YouTube demonetized my 440K plus channel and took $2,000. They'll do this. I remember they did this to Revenge of the Sis. Like, they owed Revenge of the Sis, like, I think $1,000, $2,000 for the longest time. And I think like a year later or a long time later, they finally got their monetization back, and then YouTube paid them that. It's wild. And it's all the AI just fucking up. Or it's I don't know, I think it's something to do with if your face is not, which by the way, would be a good time to do this for the algorithm. If your face is not part of your show, if you're one of these, you're too lazy to try and you're just in the background talking over shit and you're not presenting your face, or you're using some avatar, then you're at risk of getting hit and getting demonetized. I don't know if that's completely the case, but it seems to be a big part of the people getting demonetized are people that are using virtual avatars, or they're not showing their face and they're just adding commentary, or their AI videos where, yeah, they do a lot of work editing and all that, but it's an AI narration. There's no actual person. So deciding to do these streams more and leaning into this might be the one thing that saves my fucking career. We'll see. There's still time. YouTube could still fuck me. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But it's wild. I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of these people because it's just fucked up, man. YouTube's just a fucked up situation right now. And there was a video. Oh, do I have that? They talked about, yeah, these guys talked about it a little bit.
I was given information from a...
See, these are the type of people that will get demonetized. Using avatars, speaking through avatars. This sounds like a lot of these types of channels are getting demonetized. So too lazy to try. It's time to put your face in there, bro. All right, too lazy to try. Look, bro, I've had a lot of disagreements with you, Too Lazy to Try. I think a lot of your coverage I've disagreed with. Okay, I find the way you talk to be grating to my ears. But I want you to be successful. I want you to stay around because sometimes you make a video that I enjoy. Put your face in the fucking content, bro. It's time. It's time. All right. Now I bet you he doesn't get demonetized. They're gonna pick and choose. It's the bigger creators probably won't get demonetized. But yeah, here's this. This is somebody who claims to have an insider as to what's going on.
Source that is very reliable. Less than half of its former human workforce is...
I forgot. I'm Jewish now. You're right. You're right. Gajat Kajam. Got Juri Khansan 5606. Sorry if I butchered your name. I forgot. I'm Jewish, so therefore I should be safe.
Even still there.
What can trigger a flag? Channels without a visible human presence may be misinterpreted. AI-generated or over-stylized thumbnails can increase the chance of being flagged. Long-form content...
The idea of flagging somebody for inauthentic content because their thumbnails are what? You're basing it off the thumbnails?
With little visual variation may be seen as inauthentic. The system may fail to recognize creators if visual cues don't match traditional patterns.
AI is not going to watch your entire stream. It's not going to watch an entire video. What it is going to do is it's going to take frames from different parts of your videos and analyze them based on the transcripts and whatever, and use that information to make decisions. It's going to identify what your thumbnail is, what your topic is, what is going on in the beginning, middle, and end of your video, and that's it. If you think that that you didn't get a human to review your channel, the answer is yes, because there's not many of them to review your channel.
I've experienced this too. Twice now I've had live streams removed while live, completely taken down, and then a ban on me live streaming because the AI mistakenly thought I had a gun on the live stream. When you do the first appeal, it's an immediate fucking rejection. It's clear nobody looks over it. And both times I had to go into essentially, you know, fortunately, if you're still partnered and you're still monetized, you have creator support. So you can chat with somebody. I don't know if that somebody's an AI or whatever, but eventually a human overlooked it and fixed it. And a lot of these people I've heard have already gotten restored because a human overlooked it and fixed it. This is a huge problem going into the future, not just with YouTube, but with everything, is they're going to use AI to manage things, and the AI is going to make tons of mistakes. And it sucks when that mistake is something that's going to cost you, even if you get restored, it might cost you a month or two. Like if I got my monetization removed and I lost a month of income from YouTube, that would be fucking disastrous. I'd have to go fucking figure out how to replace that income. I'd have to go get a quick job, you know? And so yeah, all because some AI fucked up. It's sad. It's sad. And YouTube, please, you guys got all the money in the world. Can you just run YouTube well? That's it. Stop making it worse every year. Make YouTube great. I'm going to run for president in 2028 on the slogan that's make YouTube great again. I'm going to win. I'm going to become president just running on making YouTube great again, or make social media great again. How about that? So that's wild. Shout out to all the YouTubers who are dealing with that. Hopefully this is something that gets fixed, but I have a feeling this is going to become a norm where the AI is going to fuck up, and then it's going to hopefully eventually gets fixed, but then you're going to be out a month or two of earnings, and then it's crazy. But guys, been a fun show. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank God Trump is still alive. As much as I I'm not happy with the direction Trump's gone in. I feel like he's betrayed his base and what we voted for. I don't want to see the guy get shot. So thank God we avoided something there. And yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, just one more thing. It looks like there was let me pull this up. Looks like Iran. There might be a peace deal in the works with Iran, like a legit one this time. Iran offers to reopen Strait of Hormuz if U.S. lifts its blockade and the war ends, officials say. So it looks like Iran, because to me, look, there's been a series of disastrous decisions when it comes to Iran. But I think the decision to blockade the strait after Iran blockaded it, so Iran can't even use it, that was a smart strategic decision. And it looks like that has brought Iran to the table where they're like, okay, if you stop blockading the Strait of Hormuz, we'll stop blockading it. And if they could just start from that agreement, like, hey, let's just get the Strait of Hormuz open, and then we can negotiate all the other points, that would be great for the world, bro. So, but I don't know if Trump's going to take this. Iran offered to end its chokehold on the Strait of Hormuz if the U.S. lifts its blockade of the country and ends the war, in a proposal that would postpone discussions on the Islamic Republic's nuclear program, two region officials said Monday. Sorry, burpees. U.S. president seems unlikely to accept the offer, which was passed to the Americans by Pakistan. Dude, why wouldn't you accept that? That's a win. You get the Strait of Hormuz open, and then you can start negotiating on everything else.
Super chatted $10. Ping brings sanity to the middle ground, and I appreciate that. God bless you, Ping.
Well, I thank you for the kind words, brother. God bless you as well. Thank you so much, Chap Graham, I guess. Let me see. It's cutting off your name here. Let's see your full name. Yeah, Chap Graham. Yeah, thank you for the 10. Look, I just speak my mind, dude. I'm wrong a lot. I'm right a lot. I'm just here speaking my mind. That's it. People get upset with a lot of things I say and a lot of my opinions. And blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, I'm just here speaking my mind. That's all I can do. That's all I can do is just be me and do the best I can to try to decipher what the fuck is going on. And contrary to popular belief, it is not easy. This is a very confusing world filled with so much bullshit and lies. Trying to actually decipher reality is very fucking difficult these days. So I do my best, and I appreciate you guys who support the show and appreciate what I'm doing. That's why I'm here doing it. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, I mean, I don't got to read this whole thing, but essentially Iran is willing to get rid of get the Strait of Hormuz open. And that to me is a good starting point. We can agree on that. Let's get the Strait of Hormuz open. Let's bring some relief. Because, I mean, people are kind of still naive to what's coming, right? It's already coming, but we could at least make it not so bad if we can get the Strait of Hormuz open as quickly as possible. So I don't know why. To me, this would be a win if Trump was to announce, okay, we've got a deal. The Strait of Hormuz is open. And we're going to continue negotiating on the other points. But at least right now, the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open and everybody's shipping is going to return to normal, et cetera, et cetera. That would be a win, I think, politically, economically, morally, for the rest of the world that's going to suffer and not have enough fucking energy. Australia's not going to fucking die. That'd be a win. So I don't know why he wouldn't agree to that, man. It's fucking ridiculous. But thank you guys. It's been a blast. It's been a fun show. I got to get a new mic arm. I'll order one tonight because this is getting ridiculous. I used to be able to manipulate this. Now I can't do shit with it. And I'm so used to fucking with it. And now I can't. It's hurting my feelings. We'll see you on the next episode, guys. Much love. Thank you for the support. The support was off the charts today, dude. I mean, insane. Insane. Thank you for the 300, the 100. I mean, you guys are fucking insane. Specifically, Polish Pride, mostly with the giant super chats. Thank you, Polish Pride. I got pride in the Poles now too, man. I'm a Polish Pride guy now too, as well. You're gonna make me convert to Polyism, the Polishism. I don't know how you say that, but yeah, no, I'm still Jewish though, guys. Much love. Shout out to I don't know, the Shabbos goys. I don't know. I got to learn the Jewish terminology, man. Happy yarmulkes. Happy yarmulke day, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Much love. Once again, thank you guys for the amazing support. Links are in the description if you want to join the Discord where I notify everybody of shows coming up and we hang out. We have fun chats. It's a blast. And my second channel, which at some point I'll start posting on there some shit at some point. And all that good stuff. Smash the thumbs up. Leave a comment. All that's appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That's appreciated as well. And we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Much love. Have a wonderful night, okay? We'll see you later.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.